If I want to create any user, it is a must that user should be given with one license, one profile, one role. If I want to create any user, I have to assign him one role, one profile, one license. If I want to create any user, I have to give one license, one profile, one role. Let us look at this. Setup, administer, manage users. Now, new user. Now, okay. We have the user creation where I enter the name, the other details. What is the role you want to give? HR manager. User license. I have 2 Salesforce license, 3 platform license. You are working on the trial account. In the trial account, you have 2 Salesforce license, 3 platform licenses. One I gave to Satish, another I gave to student. So both the Salesforce licenses are completed. Still, what licenses I have? Salesforce platform. I'm going with a Salesforce platform, profile, clerk profile. So based on the license, because I selected a platform license, I am getting the profiles which are designed for Salesforce platform. If I select the Salesforce license, I will get all the profiles which are designed for Salesforce. So based on the license what you gave, corresponding profiles will come out of that. I am going to assign any one of the profile. Already username exists. Okay. I created the user. Then I will get the email notification to the registered email address. Whatever the I'll be giving the Divya's email ID, so she will get a alert. Reset the password. Then go to Divya, cross. Now Divya is logged in. What all application she was able to see? Platform, ICSA, recruitment. She was not able to see sales, service, and other because your license is platform license. Now, what is the profile that we gave to Divya? Go to clerk profile. Now, Divya was able to see setup menu. She was able to see setup, right? Setup, build, monitor. Setup, build, monitor. She was not getting deployment, but she was getting only setup, build, monitor. Now, what I'm doing, go to Divya's profile. View setup and configuration. I removed it. When I remove this, this is the profile in which I removed the option called use setup menu. Then refresh. Are you able to see anything on the left hand side? The menu was hidden for me. The menu was hidden for me. Now you cannot get into that menu because I removed that option. Now in the profile, whatever I give, only those will be able to see. I have removed view, setup and configuration. So the setup menu will be lost. Right, boss? Then again, I am going to Divya's profile. I told ICICI Bank application, recruitment app, I am hiding it. So I told clerk profile can only see ICICI but not recruitment. Previously they were able to see ICICI and recruitment. Refresh. Right? So what Divya can access, what Divya can see, that is controlled by using profile. For every user, we are going to give one profile. Based on the profile, whatever the options I have given, you'll be able to access those things. Now for every user, we give one profile. According to your profile, whatever that I'm giving you, according to your profile, what are the permissions I'm giving, only those activities you'll be able to perform. Is that was clear? Is that was clear? So profile controls what user can do, what user will see. Now let me do the next concept here. One more user I'm creating. So tell me how you create a user. Setup, administer, manage users. So here we had the creation. Then I'm giving some data. Then give him some license, role.
Email ID. Email ID is wrong. Spell.
It's okay. Then license, Salesforce platform, profile. Then I click on the save. New user is created. When you log in, what you can see depends upon your profile. Same thing in the Lightning if I want to create. I hope the things are clear. Okay. Now, how do you create the same in the Lightning? Setup. Then we have administration, users, user, create new user. I hope you are good with this. Right. Now, the point here is once I create the user, I cannot delete him. I can only deactivate him. Once I create the user, I cannot delete him. I can only deactivate him. Why? Let us say Satish is the manager in the ICICI Bank. He sanctioned 10 crore loan to Captain Info Solution. Now Satish resigned from the company. He joined some other bank. But who is the person who sanctioned the loan? Satish. So even though you are not in the company, your data is still in use. There is a reason. Once I create the user, I cannot delete the user. I can only deactivate the user. I can deactivate, but I cannot delete. I can deactivate, but I cannot delete. I hope you are good with this. Once the user is created, I will not be able to delete. I can only deactivate. Second point, every user require how many licenses? One license, one profile, one role. One license, one profile, one role. Is that was clear? Now, I'll come back to some more topic on the profile now. The profile just I told, it will give permission. Now let me give you a couple of permissions here. First permission I have. I give couple of permissions. I gave couple of permissions here. Now try to understand this concept. With respect to the topics what we covered, I'm just trying to give you some data. Now what is this data what we are trying to give? Manage users. I'm just discussing some of the permissions. Try to understand this concept clearly. Let us say this is the profile. This profile is named as admin profile. This profile is named as manager profile. So how many profiles we created? Admin profile, manager profile, clerk profile. Okay, all of them have Salesforce license only. So I am discussing about all the people who have Salesforce license. There are a couple of users here. These are the employees. Are these employees are from IBM or ICICI? Now this application is for ICICI. Okay. Are these employees are developers and testers or employees of ICICI? Now we always speak in terms of employees of ICICI. We never speak about the developers and testers because they never log into production. Right. Now we have here. There are 3 users whose profile is admin. Right. Now, for admin profile, I told for manager profile, I told roles. For this, I told this is what I give. First of all, what is that manage profile? What is that manage profile? Who can create a new profile in the Salesforce? Who is allowed to create new profile in the Salesforce? Now, who is allowed to create a new profile? There is a permission called manage profiles. If you enable this option, whichever the profile has an option of manage profiles enabled, whichever the profile has permission of manage profiles permission enabled, those people can create new profiles, edit, delete the existing profiles. Manage roles. Who can create a new role? Users whose profile has manage roles permission enabled, they can create a new role, edit or delete the roles. Then we have manage IP address. Manage a new user. Who can create a new user? Who can deactivate the user? Then manage users. Manage IP address. Can you give a restriction on the system that you are supposed to access from only this computer? Restriction. Manage business hours. Can you restrict the login time? Boss, you can log in only from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Okay. Then I want to restrict what? Business hours. Company's business hours. Reset the password. Okay. Now these are the group of permission. Now tell me, who can create a new profile according to this diagram? Okay, who can create A, B, C? User with user A, B, C. Why? All the three people have a profile called admin. All the three people have a profile called admin. So this admin profile have an option of manage profiles. So they will be able to create a new profile, edit or modify the existing profile. Now tell me who can create a new role? Tell me who can create a new role? Now it is A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Now I am calling you admin because I enable every permission for you. For everyone, if I give all the same permission, everybody will be an admin. It is not necessary that only one admin will be there, two admins will be there. Now, whoever has this option, they can do it. So the question is, admin is also one of the employee. Because I gave that permission to you in the profile, you are able to manage it. If I remove it, you cannot manage it. So admin is also one of the employee who was given a profile of system administrator. Because your profile is system administrator, you are called admin. Because I assigned a profile called system administrator, because I gave a profile called system administrator, now you are acting like admin. If the same profile I gave to 1,000 people, all the 1,000 also become system administrator. Are you getting? So next, who can create a role? A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Who can create a new user? ABC, according to this diagram. So tomorrow if I say, now who can create? A, B, C, M, N, O. Who can give the IP address restrictions? X, Y, Z, M, N, O. Who can set the business hours? X, Y, Z, M, N, O. Now my admin is not able to set it because I removed the option for him. Who can reset the password? A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Now we have created a profile. We give profile to user. Now what permission that user has? User A can have creation of profiles, modifying the profiles, creation of roles, modifying the roles, creation of users, modifying the users, and resetting the password. What permission that Y has? Creation of roles, modifying of roles, okay, IP address restriction, business hour restriction, reset password. I hope you are good. So who will decide what you can do? Who will decide what you can do? Your profile strictly decide what you can do. Okay, your profile strictly decide what you can do. Now admin is the name of a profile. Admin is the name of the profile. Because your profile is admin, I am calling you admin. Is that was clear? I hope everyone has got this story. Profile will tell what user can see, what user can perform. Is that was clear for everyone? Clear? Okay. Now all these permissions will come for which license? Only Salesforce. This is okay. The only Salesforce license users will have permission to create a profile, roles, users, IP address, okay, business hour, reset password, this type of permission. Is that was clear?
Satish, I have one few questions. You see, like each user can have only one profile, right, at a time.
One user will have only one profile. One user will have only one license.
One license. And can you describe like who are the users? Like users can be here developers and everyone, like our end users also. Like
now again, I repeat the point. We are discussing about the application, not the development. Your developer will be there as long as the implementation is done. Once it's done, he has no more access. He is going to strictly work on the sandbox. We don't control the permission for a developer. Developer require every permission. Now, if you want to be a developer, if I restrict you, how can you build a new functionality? So, developer is going to work on the sandbox, and developer will get every permission on the sandbox. I cannot say, developer, you cannot see this, you can see this. Okay, now we are strictly, this production profiles are strictly for user, not the developer. You get my point? Once again, I'll revise the point. See, again, I'm making very clear. Never look at this application in terms of developer tester, not only Salesforce. Any application, you are building an application as per the client requirement. You are available as long as the application is done, but you are not going to use that application. We are building the application for those people who use it. So if you are a developer, you are not going to use it. You are going to build it. So don't look at a developer point of view. Developer need to have everything. Developer will get access on everything. You are building an application for the view of user, not for the developer. Developer only build his things on the developer environment. Now application will be used in the production. From the production we use the application. Who will log into the production? Employees of the company. Again, I'll make a quick diagrammatical representation. Right? Still, anybody has a query, get it clarified. Now this is the ICICI application. ICICI Bank, in which they have a couple of applications. This is the production of ICICI. In the production of ICICI, loan app. Now, in the application, who is going to work here? Who is going to work here? I have group of now are these people are developers? Now I told you developer never log into your production. Now who will be controlling everything on the production? Administrator. Administrator will be controlling. Now who are these? These are the employees of ICICI. Now we had this application. All these are what? Employees of ICICI. Now he is a manager. All these are executive teams, clerks. All these are executives. All these are executives. Now what VP can see? Now what VP can see? Now I am a clerk. Now clerks are what? Somebody is working for a credit card application. Somebody is working for Lombardia. Somebody is working for loan. Now everybody should not see everything. Now the employees of insurance will be able to access only insurance application. Employees working for loan, they will be able to access only loan. Salesforce account is one, but applications that are running is different. So different users working for different application will have different access. Somebody may have all the three access. Now if any activity should be done, then what I do? I create a sandbox. I created the sandbox. In the sandbox, I created a sandboxes. Now who is going to work on the sandbox? Developer. Now does he have any restriction? Now the sandbox. Now developer should have permission on everything. Now for developer there is no profile. For developer there is no license. He will log into what? Sandbox. License is required for the person who want to log into production. License is required for the person who want to log in for the product. Okay, who want to log into the Salesforce. Now if Salesforce says for every developer also I will charge, nobody will use Salesforce. I will charge for the users who are working on your application, not the developers and testers. And developer and tester will be able to access everything. No role, no profile, no role, no profile, no license for the developer. And the license is required for the person to log into production. And developer never log into production. Now profile, role, license is given to the person who is working on the production. Who will work? Employees of the corresponding client. If my client is ICICI, staff of ICICI. Now, who is developing this application? IBM. The employees of the IBM will only log into what? Sandbox. Employees of IBM only will log into Sandbox. What type of permission they will have? Everything. They should be given permission to modify everything. Otherwise, how can they build? How can they rectify the issues? So for developer, no profile. For developer, no profile, no role, no. You will be able to access everything. Right? So we are discussing the application in terms of whom? Always my explanation is only in terms of these people. My explanation, whenever I say user, I am only speaking about the people, staff of the client. I am only speaking about the staff of the client. These are not our consideration. We are only worried about this. We are building application for these people. We are controlling the permission of these people. We are granting the permission for these people. I hope basic things is clear. Right? Still, anyone has any query on that? Right, Amma?
Satish,
Yes.
yeah, my concern is that for a specific one, first time when Salesforce providing a platform to ICCI, in that time one user is created for admin. It is created by Salesforce. Is it right?
Now, yes. See, when you are purchasing, I'll ask you, first tell me the person who will log in and manage it. From somebody from your company has to log in and manage it. If I give a mobile without giving your password, what is the use of it? So when I'm creating, I'm telling you, boss, I'm creating instant. You tell me, it is asking me. Salesforce is not creating somebody of its own choice. Salesforce is asking, boss, tell me who is the point of contact from your end. I'll create him so that he can log in and access everything. Because I'm also paying for that user. Got it? Okay. Salesforce will create some user based on my suggestion, not as per his own choice. Okay, boss? Right? Am I clear with this?
Yes. Yes.
Now let us come back to the story again. Now, in how many ways we can restrict the user from logging into Salesforce? The user is trying to log in. In how many ways I can restrict? First option I have is freeze. What is the first option I have? Freeze. What is this freeze? Go to the setup, company profile, and we have company information. In the company information, what will be there? Number of licenses you have taken. How many licenses are given to platform? How many of them are in use? One is remaining. What is the license we gave to Divya? For Divya, platform license. Now there is an option called freeze. Click on the freeze. Now what is this freeze? When you lose your credit card, you lost your credit card. Will you cancel your card or you will block the card? Right. Now you have cancelled. Now the point is, I lost my card. When I lost my card, will I be cancelling? Will I be cancelling or will I block it? I'll block it. When I block it means you are only temporarily blocking it. Whenever you want, you can unblock it. Whenever you want, you can unblock it. Right. We are only temporarily blocking it. Whenever you want, we'll unblock it. So that is called a freeze. Freeze means blocking him temporarily. Blocking him temporarily. When I block him temporarily, look at the company profile. How many licenses are there? 3. How many of them are used? 2. How many are remaining? 1. So if I give 3, 2 licenses are used, 1. So whatever the license I gave to Divya, still the license is with Divya only. But when Divya make an attempt to log in, she will not be able to log in. I give Salesforce. Now what happened? Unable to log in. When she was unable to log in, she reported the same issue to administrator. Boss, I was trying to log in, but I was unable to log in. Then what administrator will do? Under manage users, what are you finding? Login history. Go to the login history. He was able to see here. Divya HR made an attempt to log in, but user is. Why you are not unable to log in? Because you are frozen. Frozen means what? Blocking the user temporarily. But the license what I gave to Divya still remains with the Divya only. Now unfreeze. Right? Second one. Deactivate the user. Go to the user, click on edit. We had an option. What is that? Active. Deactivate the user. When you deactivate the user, deactivate the user. When I deactivate the user, go to company profile, see how many licenses are there. Salesforce platform 3, user license 1, remaining is user is 1, remaining is 2. User is 1, remaining is 2. Are you clear about this? Now what is the issue here? When I deactivate, license given to you is given back to the organization. Whatever the license I gave you, that will come back to the organization. When I freeze, license given to you still remains with you. When I deactivate, license given to you will come back to organization. Now Divya is trying to log in again. When Divya was trying to login failed. Again, where will I find? Login history. Login history. Go to the login history. What is it? User is inactive. Login history. User is inactive. So what is the difference between freeze and deactivate? What is the difference between freeze and deactivate? When I say freeze, license given to you will still remains with the user. License given to you will still remains with the user, but you will not be able to log in. When I deactivate, license given to you, okay, will license given to you still given back to the organization, and you will not be able to log in. License is given back or not is the question. Freeze given, okay, freeze not given back, frozen, okay, frozen not given back, deactivate given back. Deactivate, license given back, frozen, license is still with the same user. I hope you are clear. Right. These two ways I can restrict. Still, third one. Now, third one is, look at the point. All the people whose profile is clerk, I want to restrict those people. All the people whose profile is clerk, I want to restrict it. Then what I want to do? I am trying to restrict based on the profile. I want to restrict based on the profile. Go to the clerk profile. Scroll down. You had login hours. All the users whose profile is clerk, they can log in from 10 o'clock to 5 p.m. All the people whose profile is clerk, they can log in only from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then what I will do? Login hours. Tuesday, 6 a.m. to, I gave 9 a.m. Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now what should I do? Go back to Divya first. Activate the Divya. So all the users whose profile is clerk, they will be able to log in from 6 to 9 a.m. So go back to Divya. Make an attempt of logging in. Then again, go back here. Go to the login history. Admission is restricted. So I can restrict the users based on hours. On Monday, these are the working hours for you. On Tuesday, these are the working hours. I can restrict the people based on login hours. At what time they can log in. Next one. Now my application is a sensitive application. My application is a very sensitive application. I don't want, let's say it's a banking application. I don't want my employees to log in from anywhere they want. They are supposed to log in from office laptops only. I don't want the people to log in from wherever they want. I want them to log in only from the office laptops. So what I want to do, restrict the access based on IP address. Restrict the access based on IP address. Look at this. Login IP. I'm giving my IP address is not within this range. Save it. It throws error message. Your IP address is 183.82.3.184, but you give very small range. Your system is not falling under this range. I told no problem. So any user whose profile is clerk can only log in from the IP address which I have given. Right. Now Divya was making an attempt to log in. Restriction. Go back to the history. Check out. Restricted IP address. So I can freeze him, deactivate, restricted time, restricted IP address. So we can restrict the user. We can restrict the user in different formats. Now go to the user, deactivate, go to the user, freeze, go to the profile, give a login hours, go to the profile, give IP address restriction. Right, boss? The next one. Now, when you go to ATM, you will be trying to withdraw the money. How many attempts you can make? 3 attempts you can make. Right. Now, similarly, how many invalid attempts I can make here? You are trying to log in. How many invalid attempts you can make? What did I do? Go to the profile. Go to the profile. Edit. Scroll down. Yes, they have. Enforce. Okay. Maximum invalid attempts. I made a 2. Now, if you make 3 attempts in the ATM, your account is blocked, right? Your card is blocked. How long the card is blocked? Permanently or for the day? For the day. Similarly, when you cross 3 attempts, I told invalid attempts are 3. If you make 3, your account will be logged. How long the account should be logged? Now they are giving that restriction. How long? Is it 50 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or for 30, 60, okay, or forever? Okay, fine. Your account is logged. When account is logged, how do you unlock it? That's also important. Automatically account is logged. How do you unlock it? When you want to unlock it, they ask, do you remember the password? Your account is logged because you entered wrong password. Now, do you remember the password now? If password you remember, I will unlock. If you don't remember the password, I will reset your password. Boss, your account is logged. Your account is logged. Boss, your account is logged because you have made number of invalid attempts. Your account is logged because you made number of invalid attempts. Now, if I unlock also, there is no use if you don't remember the password. So it is asking you, should I reset the password? Should I reset the password or should I unlock? If you say you remember, I will unlock it. If you say if you don't remember, I will reset the password. Are you clear? Right. Now let me see. Let me show you how this can be done. Divya is making attempt. Wrong password. Okay. Now go to this login history. Now what was that? Password logged out. Why? You cross the maximum number of invalid attempts. If you cross the maximum number of invalid attempts, automatically your account will be logged. Automatically your account will be logged. If you cross maximum number of invalid attempts, your account is logged. Now when the account is logged, how can you resolve it? When your account is logged, how can you resolve it? Go to the user, Divya. What was this? Unlock or else reset. Right, Amma? Are you clear about this? Now, in how many ways we can restrict a user from logging into Salesforce? One is I can freeze the user. I can freeze the user. I can deactivate the user. I can restrict him based on the profile. I can go to profile and say IP address, okay, restriction, login hour restriction, or I can say how many invalid items you can make. How many invalid items you can make. So when I want to restrict based on when I want to restrict, I'm asking you if I want to restrict, I can restrict based on UK deactivation, freeze. I can restrict based on deactivation, freeze, or else I can go to profile. I can go to profile and I can give you. I can go to profile. I can give you IP address restriction, login hour restriction, or maximum number of invalid items. Is that was clear for everyone?
Satish,
This is
related to same topic.
Right. Now this is with respect to what? This is with respect to the user who okay, is with respect to user. I am speaking about a particular user. Now I want to restrict a particular user. Okay. Now let us say there is a second option. Now it is not the user who is trying to log in. Now I was trying to log into the Salesforce from third-party system. I was trying to log into the Salesforce from the third-party system. Now from the third-party system, if you are trying to log in, how can I log in? Now it is what? I opened login.salesforce.com. I'm trying to log in. Now they gave a restriction on my IP address, my business hours. Right. Now I want to give extra security while connecting from third party. Now let us say I want to connect here. I have an application, SAP, I have a Salesforce. IP ranges. Creating trusted IP ranges. How can you create? Network access. What is that? Network access. Where is that? Security controllers, network access, give the restriction. Right, okay. Now, if any third party system is trying to attempt to log into your system, how many invalid items it can make? Now as a user level I have given my restriction, okay. At the user level I have 10 restriction. But somebody is trying to connect from third party system. How many invalid items he can make? Then we are going to set as password policies. What is it? Password policies. Look at this. Somewhere will be finding password policies. Now they asked, boss, you created a username password. How long that password should work? I told 90 days. After 90 days, what happened? Automatically, account will, when you try to log in, it will ask you to reset the password. I gave 90 days. After 90 days, when you try to log in, it will ask you to reset the password. Then enforce password history. What is that enforce password history? Now, when you are trying to reset your password, it says your new password should not be any one of your last 3 passwords. Your new password should not be any one of the last 4 passwords. Like that message you get, right? So that is what enforce the history. Remember my last 3 passwords, so that when I am resetting my password, my new password should not be any one of these old passwords. I told remember 19 password. So my new password should not be any one of the last 19 passwords. I told don't remember. Now what is the length of the password? 8 character, increase or decrease as per choice. Password complexity. Generally when you say password should contain one alphabet, one digit, capital, small, then complexity we can give. Mix of alphanumeric, special character, mix of uppercase, lowercase, mix of number, uppercase, lowercase, special character. You choose what you want. Now, if you forget the password, you'll ask a question, right? Can that question contains answer? Now I ask, who is your favorite football player? Answer is football. So can a security question contain the answer? Yes or no? No, you are supposed to. Now, how many attempts I can make from third party? I give 10. Okay. You can increase or decrease. Account locked, 50 minutes. Then, when you want to reset the password, do you want to ask for one more question? For resetting, it will ask you one more question. Only if it answered, then I want to reset it. Then what is that? Secret answer for password reset. Now, if I enable this, once you modify the password, in next 24 hours, you cannot modify. Minimum lifespan of password should be 24 hours if you enable. So, what is this password policies? Now, once again, I'll revise the things. Try to understand this. Now, look at this. Try to get my point. Now, I'm going overall conclusion of this. Try to understand this. Now, I have 3 users. All the 3 users have same profile. The 3 users have same profile. Now tell me, you want to deactivate a user, particular user, then we have deactivate, or these two are applied for a particular user, that particular user. Then I want to give login hours, IP address. These two are given for profile. Now it's for a group of users, not for a single user. You're trying to give for a group of. It is a group of user. It is not a single user. Group of user. So we are going to restrict them at a profile level. Now you want to go with the organization. I can say maximum invalid attempts and locking. This is profile level. This is particular user level. Organization. Organization means third party applications are connecting with your application. Third party systems are trying to connect with your application. Here we have now look at this. I want to work with a particular user, then go to user, deactivate. I want to work with all the group of people who have a particular profile. Go to profile, restrict them with login hours, IP address, maximum invalid attempts. I want to restrict application. Your application connecting with another application. Your application is connecting with another application. The network access level, maximum invalid attempts. Is that all clear? Clear for everyone? Right. Now go ahead with your question. Online.
Yeah, if I don't log in for 90 days, will it freeze my account or deactivate?
Now
So where that setup?
Now, question is valid for 90 days means after 90 days when you try to log in, it will ask you to reset the password. Now it is not expiring the account. Now when I say your password is valid for 90 days, after 90 days if you try to log in, from the date of creation, after 90 days if you don't log in for 90 days, then when you try to log in, it will ask you, boss, reset your password. So you are supposed to reset your password. Your password, what you already have, is working. Now you are supposed to reset. When you say expires after 90 days, then after 90 days when I try to log in with your old password, it will take the old password. If it is valid, that will give a message, reset your password. Is that was clear?
I think some organizations they do have, like for example, if you don't log in for 90 days, so
Now
they have to
look at the point.
pay. Yeah, yeah.
Now, as per the administration is concerned, they are giving you an option to reset your password after 90 days or so and so. If you don't log in, they will ask you to reset. If you have a business requirement, now what this guy has a business requirement for 90 days, if you don't log in, your account should be deactivated. You want to you want to take a subscription or something for 30 days subscription or 40 days subscription. Then what happened? If you don't pay the money, account should be deactivated. Now there is a business requirement. There is a business requirement for which you are supposed to build custom logic to implement it. It is not a Salesforce function. It is your custom functionality. Now, according to your business, now my company doesn't want this. Your company want as per the sales model of your company, as per the products what you are selling. Okay, if you don't renovate within 30 days, now they give account expiring within 30 days. They give grace period. Okay, within 30 days also if you don't pay, I want to deactivate it. That is what your specific requirement.
Okay.
There I have to write a program to achieve this. This is not everyone common generic requirement. Get my point. Now, as per the administration is concerned, I can force you to reset your password. Simple example, boss. You are taking an online banking system, right? Right. Now, most of the application, apart from ICICI, most of the SBI or HDFC or Kotak Mahindra, if you take this type of banks, if you don't log into your account for certain time, okay, after you log in, what they ask? Reset your password. Reset your password. Now, if you log in, if you don't use your account for 15 days or 30 days, when you try to log in, immediately they ask, reset your password. Now, that is their requirement. Now, I can force you to reset. I am using a HDFC bank. Now, I use a HDFC bank, right? I don't remember my username password. Once in a while I log in. Every time I log in, they ask me to reset the password. I'll give some explain. They say your new password should not be any one of the last 4 passwords. Generally, we keep 1 or 2 passwords. Then every time I log in, they ask you to reset the password. Okay, not any one of your old password. I give some random number. Next time when I try to log in again, I don't remember it. Right. This how. So every time I try to log in, it will ask me to reset. Because if you log in they are forcing me to reset. I am happy with my old password, but they are forcing me to log in. Okay, reset with a new password. Now they force you. When I say expire in 90 days, after 90 days, when you make an attempt to log in, they force you to reset your password. That is the meaning of it. Are you clear? They are not deactivating your account. They are forcing you to reset your password. That's the meaning. I hope you are good. Yes, Ma, what is your query? No, every time. Now that is for third-party system login. Every time you have to produce it. If your IP address is not within the trusted system, then you have to provide every time. Okay. But secure token once generated, same token I can use a number of times. If I generate a token, until I reset the token, same token can be used. It's a different story. That's what I will discuss in the data order. Right now, you need to understand only that password plus security token. Yeah. See, now security token is for user, not for system. Now, security token will be generated for the user. So, every user can generate one security token. The same token I can give to multiple number of systems. If the person who is trying to log in is the same security token. Now, let us say I have SAP system. I have let's say SAP system. I have some Java portal. In SAP system, Satish is trying to log in. SAP people are trying to log in to Salesforce as a SAP user at the rate of capital.com. The Java people are trying to log in portal user at the rate of so and so. Now both of them are what? 2 different users. So for every user they create separate security token. Suppose SAP and Java, for both of them we gave integration user at the rate of capital.com. Password Salesforce 123. To SAP you give, to Java also give the same username password. Then what happened? Same token can be used. So for user, one token will be created. Are you clear? Yes, someone else is asking a question. Yeah. When you create a user, come back. Okay, right. Look at the point. When you are trying to log in from a new IP address, then it cannot trust you. So what it does, it will ask you to enter the OTP. When you enter the OTP, log in from once or twice. Can you please remove the legs from here? Somebody's playing the drums here. Right. Now, look at the point. Now, if you are trying to log in from a new IP address, it will not trust your system. How can I know that it's you? Right? That's the reason it asks you, I am sending a OTP, send me this. Right? Now, if you keep on logging from the same system, next time it don't ask you. If it track your IP address, then what happened? Next time when you try to log in, they don't ask you security token. Now I'll be using, okay, your account from the same. Did it ask me OTP? No. Why? Because every day I'm logging from the same system. But the first time when I logged in, it has asked me.
Satish,
See,
where can we
1
set
minute.
that
1
OTP
minute. 1
option
minute.
for the user?
1 minute. Let me finish the answer. See, I repeat my answer. You people are logging from different, okay. You people are logging from different accounts. When you people are logging from different accounts, now it is not registered. Am I right? Then it is not registered. Then obviously it has to ask for what? OTP. Now what did I do? When I created a username password for a student, different students will be logging from different IP address. Then what should I do? I have to remove IP address restriction. Then I have to say login from anywhere. Now I told profile level restriction, right? In the profile level restriction, what do you say? Login IP address. This user with this profile can log in with the anywhere from the following IP addresses. Then I told 0 to 255. Then what happened? Entire IP addresses are covered. That is the reason it is not asking for a OTP. Now here's a question for student. If it is a user, you are able to log in, no problem. But for student, you give a student node, okay, nodes@319.com, admin nodes@319.com. Different students are logging from different IP addresses. Then how the Salesforce is recognizing it? It was supposed to ask for OTP. If you are trying to log in from any system, it has to ask for OTP. But when the students are logging in, it is not asking for OTP. How it is possible? Now, at the time I told you, in the profile level, what we have? IP address restriction. That means I can tell user with the following profile can log in from which IP addresses. Here I told my IP address for the student as 0.0.0.02, 250. So what I told? Minimum IP address to maximum I give. So all your systems will fall under these IP addresses. That is the reason it is not asking you to give your OTP. Right? So I recognize your IP address. Now I am saying recognize anything between this. Recognize any IP address between this. I trust this system. Are you getting my point? Yeah. Clear? Okay. Yes, online. Someone is asking a question. Go ahead.
So Satish, where can we set this OTP setting?
It is not within the control. OTP is not managed by you. OTP is generated by the system. It will be handled by the system. You cannot manually say I will send a OTP. You cannot control the administrative way of sending a OTP. It is the system which will control it. In case if you want to send your own OTP, then we have to write an integration web service program for sending SMS.
Okay, so the OTP will be sent to the registered mobile number while the user is being created, right?
Yes, exactly. Now, see again, this is half point you have discussed. Now, OTP you want, where you want to receive the OTP. OTP you want, where you want to receive. I want to receive the OTP to your mail ID or to your mobile or both the location. At the time of logging in for the first time, they asked, register your mobile number. I told, I don't want to use mobile. Boss, hello. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good, Satish. I'm listening.
Not for you. Right.
Okay.
Right. Fine. So what happened? So we got email, we got SMS. We got an email, we got an SMS. Now, if at the time of registering, they asked at the bottom, register mobile. If you register mobile, you get an OTP to mobile as well as email. Otherwise, email is a mandatory, right? Mobile is an optional, email is a mandatory. OTP is sent to your registered email address. Right, ma? Okay. Any other queries?
Thank you, Satish. No.
Come again.
Hello.
1 minute. I'm online. 1 minute. See, now in the company, for every user, different permissions will not be given. Now I told these are the employees working as assistant engineers. Now their role will be what? Same. When I want the same activity to be performed by these people, for those people I create one profile. Now, got my point? Got my point? You're busy with your mobile. Now, I told there are 10 users. Okay, when all the 10 people have to do the same work, why are you creating 10 profiles? When the 10 people have to do the same work, why are you creating 10 profiles? Create only one profile, finish. Create one profile, give the same profile to 10 people. Now, if there is any changes, then create a different profile. Now, people who have the same set of permission, for them I give a same profile. Right? Okay. Yes, online, go ahead. Someone is asking a question.
Sir, my question is, you showed today sales platform license. So suppose if I clone also that one license will also be taken from that, or
License will not be taken, Amma. It is created for the people. Okay. It's a license is only, I am choosing the license only to get the options. To create a profile, we don't require a license. The license was chosen to tell the people that this was created for those users. Now, when a person is coming to me with the platform, what options will be there? To know that we are choosing the license.
Okay, sir. Sir, and how to create a group of users?
Group of users will not be created. One by one user will be creating as per the administration is concerned.
Okay, sir.